In the heart of a charming Ghanaian village, beautifully nestled amid rolling hills and lush green foliage, there lived an exceptional woman named Abena and her husband, Akwasi. They started off with humble beginnings and hustled in life. One day they got their big break when their music band won a competition which took them to America. Their high-life songs, intertwined with Afrobeats and R&B, touched the hearts and souls worldwide, making them instant multimillionaires. They became well known throughout the region for their fame, and after 10 years, they returned to their little village in Ghana. Abena's delectable Waakye, a cherished traditional dish made from a delightful combination of rice and beans, and their sweet yam and egusi stew, brought them further attention. Abena was much more than just a skilled cook. She was a steadfast beacon of strength, hope, and inspiration for her community. Each morning, as the sun began to rise and cast its warm golden rays across the landscape, Abena would awaken early, her spirit filled with energy and enthusiasm, ready to embark on her daily culinary adventure. With immense affection and dedication, she would gather a diverse array of fresh ingredients from local markets and her small garden. Vibrant, colorful beans, fragrant rice, nourishing coconuts, and substantial yams. Each ingredient carried its own narrative, from the rich, earthy beans harvested by a neighboring farmer to the aromatic rice, which came from fields lovingly nurtured by families who had tended them for generations. The coconuts, often gifted by local children who would scale tall trees to retrieve them, symbolized the community's support and care. The joyful laughter of these children echoed in her ears as they presented her with their bounty, bringing a smile to her face. Before she began the cooking process, Abena would kneel reverently at her rustic wooden table, her hands gently clasped in prayer, lifting her voice to the heavens in heartfelt supplication. "Dear Lord," she would begin, her tone calm and filled with unwavering conviction, "I present these beans to you. May they bestow strength and vitality upon my community, empowering us to confront challenges with courage, unity, and resilience." As the beans simmered gently on the stove, releasing a mouth-watering aroma that wafted through the air, she would shift her focus to the eggs, their smooth, glistening shells reflecting the soft morning light. "Heavenly Father," she prayed softly, "bless these eggs. May they bring fertility and prosperity to the families of our village, and let each home be filled with joy, abundance, and happiness." Next, she turned her attention to the coconuts, their hard, rugged exteriors concealing the sweet, nourishing water within. With care and reverence, Abena would crack them open, exclaiming, "Lord, I pray for the health and well-being of our people. May this coconut nourish our bodies and shield us from illness, bringing wellness to our hearts and homes." As she began preparing the rice, a warm smile spread across her face, and she envisioned the hopeful future of her village. "Oh God," she implored, "may this rice multiply beyond measure and expand our territory. Let our community thrive, and may we grow in number and spirit, united in your boundless love." Finally, she directed her focus to the sweet yams, their earthy aroma filling the air and conjuring memories of warmth and comfort. With a heart brimming with hope, she prayed fervently, "Gracious Father, I ask that when the women of our village partake of this sweet yam, their lives will be sweet, and they will be blessed with twins. Let them experience the joy of family, and may their homes overflow with laughter and love." Before completing her preparations, Abena would also take a moment to pray over the spicy shito, the hot pepper sauce that accompanied her waakye. "Mighty God," she would beseech, "may this shito ignite a fire within our community, empowering us to be as powerful and fiery as this sauce. Let us become warriors in faith and spirit, standing strong against any adversity that may come our way." With each heartfelt prayer, Abena infused her culinary creations with unwavering faith, believing wholeheartedly that her cooking could uplift and transform the lives of those in her community. As the waakye bubbled and simmered away, villagers often gathered around her modest stall, drawn not only by the enticing aroma, but also by the warmth and kindness radiating from Abena's spirit. On particularly busy days, her stall would be alive with cheerful chatter and the laughter of children playing nearby, their joyful voices mingling with the tantalizing scents wafting through the air. Abena cherished the opportunity to share stories with her customers, recounting tales of her childhood and the wisdom passed down through generations, enriching each meal with a sense of belonging and connection to history. She would often reminisce about her grandmother, who had taught her the art of cooking, emphasizing the importance of love and prayer infused in every dish. Her narratives would transport her listeners back to a time when life was simpler, yet filled with joy and community spirit. When the waakye was finally prepared and ready for serving, she dished it out generously alongside crispy fried plantains, spicy shito, and a sprinkle of her special love, which had become legendary among her patrons. The villagers gathered to feast together, sharing stories and laughter, their hearts intertwined in gratitude, fully aware that Abena's prayers accompanied every delightful bite they savored. There were even occasions when Abena would prepare a little extra food to share with those in need, ensuring that no one in her village ever went hungry. She would often remind them, "A meal shared is a blessing multiplied," embodying the spirit of generosity that defined her character. In addition to her culinary skills, Abena was celebrated for her enchanting garden that surrounded her stall, flourishing with vibrant flowers and fragrant herbs. The busy bees buzzed contentedly among the blossoms, while butterflies danced gracefully in the sunlight. This garden served not only as a source of fresh ingredients, but also as a sanctuary where villagers often found solace. Many would stop by to admire her handiwork, seeking her guidance on how to cultivate their own gardens. Abena eagerly shared her knowledge, encouraging them to nurture both their plants and their spirits. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm golden hue over the fields, the people felt a profound sense of hope and strength. They recognized that, through Abena's steadfast faith and her delectable waakye, they were woven together in a community that thrived on love, prayer, and the bountiful blessings of God. Thus, Abena continued her sacred ritual, cooking not merely for sustenance, but for the very essence and vitality of her cherished village. As the years passed, Abena's waakye evolved into a powerful symbol of resilience and unity. One fateful day, a young couple approached her stall, their faces etched with concern and worry, their hands intertwined as if seeking comfort in each other. They had long struggled to conceive a child, feeling the weight of their longing, and were filled with apprehension. Abena, empathizing with their plight, welcomed them with a warm smile and invited them to sit with her. "You are not alone in this journey," she reassured them, her eyes filled with compassion. "Let us come together in prayer." Kneeling beside her pot, Abena led them in a heartfelt prayer, asking for divine blessings upon their lives and future family. She then served them a generous portion of her waakye, emphasizing the yam, whispering a special prayer just for them. As they savored their meal, they felt a wave of comfort and hope envelop them, knowing they were not merely consuming food, but partaking in Abena's unwavering faith. Months rolled by, and one day the couple returned to Abena's stall, their faces aglow with happiness and excitement. "We have wonderful news!" the woman exclaimed, tears of joy sparkling in her eyes. "We are expecting twins." Abena's heart swelled with joy, knowing that her prayers had been answered and that their lives were about to be filled with new blessings. The couple's joy was infectious, and soon the entire village was buzzing with excitement over the miraculous news. The children in the village ran around, spreading the news like wildfire, their laughter and shouts echoing through the streets, creating a vibrant atmosphere of celebration and joy. The news spread rapidly throughout the village, and Abena's stall became a gathering place for hope and blessings. Women flocked to her, seeking her waakye and praying for fertility and abundance. Each time, Abena welcomed them with open arms, her heart overflowing with gratitude for the opportunity to uplift and support her community. She often found herself surrounded by women sharing their dreams and challenges, fostering an atmosphere of sisterhood and solidarity that enveloped everyone who visited. It was not uncommon for her stall to become a makeshift counseling center where women would share their struggles and triumphs, with Abena offering encouragement and support through her wise words and warm presence. As the village prospered, so too did Abena's reputation. People traveled from neighboring towns to savor her waakye, drawn not just by its delectable flavor, but by the heartwarming stories of blessings that accompanied it. Families who had once been distant became closer as they gathered around Abena's stall, sharing not only food, but also their joys, sorrows, and aspirations. The village thrived, families expanded, and a vibrant tapestry of life was woven together, filled with the laughter of children, the singing of birds, and the harmonious sounds of community. Years later, as Abena stood proudly at her stall, she gazed out at the lively community surrounding her. Children played joyfully, laughter rang out, and families flourished, all vivid manifestations of her heartfelt prayers and the love she poured into every meal. She realized that her simple act of cooking had evolved into a powerful ministry, a means of bringing people together and nurturing their spirits. Her stall had become a sanctuary of love, a place where hearts connected and bonds were forged over shared meals and prayers. In her heart, Abena understood that her waakye was a divine gift, a way to foster bonds of love and faith among her neighbors. Each day she continued her cherished ritual, kneeling in prayer before her pots, filled with gratitude for the blessings that flowed from her kitchen. She recognized that in every spoonful there was not only nourishment for the body, but also hope, community, and the unyielding strength that flourished from shared faith. Thus, in that lovely Christian village, Abena's waakye emerged as a legacy, a testament to the profound power of love, prayer, and the simple yet transformative act of nourishing not just the body, but the very essence of the soul. The story of Abena and her waakye would be told for generations to come, a reminder of the strength found in faith, the bonds forged through shared meals, and the enduring spirit of a community bound together by love and devotion. Her stall would forever remain a beacon of hope and a symbol of the magic that occurs when people come together in faith and fellowship, representing the heart and soul of the village she cherished. As the seasons changed, the village celebrated various festivals that brought the community together, and Abena's stall became an integral part of these events. During harvest festivals, villagers would gather to express gratitude for the bountiful crops, and Abena would prepare large quantities of her beloved waakye, sharing it with everyone who attended. The vibrant colors of the decorations and the sounds of traditional music filled the air, creating an atmosphere of joy and togetherness. She cherished these moments, knowing that her food not only nourished bodies, but also strengthened the bonds of friendship and unity among her neighbors. On days when the village held special prayers or gatherings, Abena would set up her stall at the community center, transforming it into a haven of warmth and love. She would decorate her space with colorful cloths and flowers from her garden, creating an inviting ambiance that welcomed all. The aroma of her waakye would mingle with the scent of incense burning nearby, enhancing the sacredness of the occasion. Villagers would come together to pray, sing hymns, and share their testimonies, and Abena would provide her delicious waakye as a symbol of the blessings they had received. Through all these experiences, Abena's stall became more than just a place to buy food. It evolved into a gathering point for love, support, and shared experiences. Her waakye served as a common thread that wove through the lives of everyone in the village, connecting them in ways that words could not fully capture. The legacy of Abena and her culinary creations would continue to flourish, echoing through the hearts of the villagers for generations to come, eternally reminding them of the warmth, unity, and love that her waakye, stew, egusi, and sweet yams had inspired.